Hi, we're Hard4Games, and we hope that you are too. Today we're going to be tasting some forbidden fruit.
We have Bonk, Brink of Extinction, which is a Bonk game that almost didn't. But it actually didn't. But now it did, but you can't.
Yeah, I guess that's accurate.
That's a way to describe it. You know, it was supposed to be released in 2010, was postponed, officially canceled in 2011. It was supposed to be for the Wii, PS3, Xbox 360, all downloadable, but just was canceled. We suspect Konami, but there may have been a number of different reasons. We'll get into it.
I'm pretty sure it's just Konami.
They become hard. They're hard for games. They become hard. They're hard for games.
So we're actually going to be playing this title on a super slim PS3 prototype that we have, and big thank you to DeveloperJeff for lending this to us, and all of you that complained that I didn't turn the system on in my overview. Here it is, I'm turning it on with an eraser. This was kind of during the era of the beginning of the renaissance of retro gaming.
Yeah?
You know, in
2010, yeah.
Yeah, in terms of when modern games caught up to having a retro aesthetic, I'd say.
Let's do story mode.
Let's do it.
I assume there's supposed to be voiceover? Or there would have been?
Yeah, so this may be an indicator of it not being completed.
Yeah.
Because it's just, you'd expect some text, but you don't have the text, so you'd expect voiceover, and then you don't get that.
Oh, that is simply horrifying looking.
Yeah,
That is
not
a-
wholesome. He looks really evil too.
You know, I was thinking the same thing when I initially booted this up, that he looks terrible. But this was kind of indicative of the style of these 2.5D platformers back in, you know, 2010, 2011, even 2009 when it probably started development.
As
So-
was style at the time.
Yeah, so, I mean, I don't think it's great, but I think it probably would have been more acceptable if it was released and we were playing it at that point in time.
Looks very sinister.
He does look a little bit too evil, especially since his grin kind of goes way up the
Yeah.
side of his face. It's a bit
And his
bizarre.
teeth are...
He's kind of like the Sonic movie with his like weird teeth, where it's like, hang on, what's going on with this? What's
Yeah.
going on with this
Oh,
teeth?
what? You can juggle them in the air?
Don't be a juggalo, though.
Oh, whoa. You talking shit about the family?
I also like how the sun's about to explode in the background.
I think that, isn't that the comet that's racing towards Earth? that
Oh,
Bonk has
yeah,
to
because the
stop?
Brink of Extinction, yeah, probably is.
As we know, the only way to stop a comet, a bad comet with a gun, is a good comet with a gun.
Aside from the presentation of Bonk himself, I do like the art style overall in terms of like the cutscenes. Not really cutscenes, but the little like bits in between the levels I think is fun. I think the background looks nice. I just think that his character model, like you said, is a little bit sinister looking.
Yeah.
It's some of the lighting and effects definitely look early.
Yeah. And we do have to keep in mind at all points here that this is an unreleased game. So we are reviewing something that was never meant to see the light of day in its current form.
Yeah.
So it is a little bit difficult to criticize it, but at the same time, I mean, it does feel pretty complete.
Yeah. What? What?
Oh, you can sort of do a rolling jump.
Maybe I like press and hold? No. I just have to like...
Yeah, that's what you have to do.
Oh.
Gotta get high enough, though, I imagine.
Yeah, I do.
There you go. Nice.
Oh. Knack 2, baby.
These close-ups is where it really showcases the PS3-age of this game, where it like
Almost a little PS2.
yeah, exactly. Which again, this was going to be like a $10, you know, again PS3 or Wii title. You know, it wasn't a, it was a budget title. You know, from start to finish, it was supposed to be a budget title, so you have to keep that in mind.
Man, like, it just says comment on that
Yeah, I know.
cliff wall. It's like really phoning in the story.
Yeah. I also like that this isn't really a double jump, it's like a 1.5 jump.
Yeah.
Is what it feels like. It's kind of a weird, floaty, sort of not really double jump. One of the selling points of this particular title at the time was that it was going to be multiplayer co-op, and as you can see here, I plugged in the second controller, and here we go. Now we're like in each other. Look at this.
Yep. Yep.
So this could have been a sort of new Super Mario Bros. Sort of esque experience. I think that came out around 2009 or 10, so it would have been sort of contemporary to that.
Probably this isn't the final version of the model. They probably would have done some work on making him more Bonk-esque.
Possibly.
Because this is like an early model, and like you can tell like the shading and lighting's kind of weird on him.
Yeah.
It just like makes him extra weird.
Yeah, it just kind of adds issues. You know, I did enjoy this game. I think the two-player aspect adds a little something to it, which I do enjoy. I don't think it's the most amazing platformer, but for like a $10-ish on the Wii Virtual Console, or however much it would have cost on the PlayStation budget game, I think it would have been perfectly fine. Look at this. I like how like our animations are just like in sync, and we've like combined.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are other powers that are introduced in this game that were not in the earlier games, but I think we just haven't gotten to them yet. I think they're probably in different worlds. Like there's
Oh my
okay,
God.
all right, yeah, okay. You're like some sort of zombie meat monster.
Oh God.
The normal, you know how you press that button for the ice power? When you press the button with this, does it do anything?
Not really.
No.
Doesn't seem to. No.
Huh. It's odd.
Well, it's gone now.
Huh. I wish you could like juggle each other or have more interaction with players too.
It's just the two of us playing, and it isn't really like...
Yeah, there's nothing to it. There needs to be some more interesting aspects to it. It's a little boring.
I think it adds an element, but it's not like revolutionary.
Yeah, it needs to be more dynamic. It's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
If you were hoping for, you know, some good bonk action, there's not too much to be
I
had.
can't believe they released it like this. Oh wait.
Yeah. I mean, this could have eventually become something good, but...
Yeah, I think it needed a couple extra twists and turns. Granted, we're only, you know, so far into the gameplay. You know, it's not... But who knows?
Oh god, I can't see where I am.
The levels don't progress either. They're very repetitive.
Yeah, these scenarios are very similar, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh, so here's actually a little mini game that you can play. It's called Scribble. You have to unlock the different words.
Okay.
Interesting, so...
R-E-M.
Like the band. Oh, that doesn't count.
Oh, what?
You
You know, it not accepting REM is kind of like losing my religion.
Dun, 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 dun,
Get it?
dun, dun.
You'd think they'd
what?
put
Me isn't
maybe
Oh, life.
a word that would be more automatic for the people.
How is me not a scribble
What is the
word?
frequency here, Kenneth? So that was the main game, the story mode. Let's go ahead and check out some of the other features here.
Dactyl story. Monstrous pterodactyl steals Bonk's dinner. Well, okay, Horde Mode.
That could be interesting.
Yeah. Monkey
And
shines. Bonk knows there's nothing worse than monkeys. Ooh.
Well, there's only couple other modes, so let's start from the top. We'll play them all.
Okay.
Let's go to Dactyl mode.
See, he looks so non-sinister.
Yeah, you know...
He looks like Bonk.
Okay, so evil pterodactyl steals Bonk's food,
That's not nice.
and now he's mad about it.
Now he looks a little bit more like he
Yeah, a
does in
little
the
bit
game.
more sinister.
Yeah, that prototype PS3, sure. You know, Jeff warned me that they don't have cooling systems as good as normal PS3s. So he's like, don't
It
run
is
it
getting
for...
quite a bit loud.
Yeah, so he's like, don't run it for like 4 or 5 hours straight, but you can run it.
Oh! Oh! Yeah.
So you have to just kill all the pterodactyls as they poop on you?
Yes, it's very frustrating.
Just what I wanted in my Bonk game.
So what is the shtick of this mode?
I think it's basically, instead of story mode about the comet, it's just a different story mode about a pterodactyl that steals your food. Ah, this is terrible. He's literally just...
No, it's pterodactyl. TJ.
I think we can kill Tony for that.
I do like the variety here, and the different enemies are much more interesting.
Yeah, this is a much better mode.
Alright, local game.
New game. New game.
Yeah. Horde mode, let's do it.
Alright, Horde Mode. Survive for as long as you can and achieve the highest score. A slot machine drops between rounds. Use collected fruit to purchase items and power-ups to keep you going.
Okay, so it's like a traditional Horde mode. Okay. Okay.
The more you buy of a certain object in the machine, the more it will eventually cost.
So you can't just stack something endlessly. All right. Kind of hoping for something more out of this mode.
I mean, that sums it up.
It's not bad. It's just a little flat.
Yeah, you know, I think it's a nice distraction, but I agree. It's I'm glad it's here, but it's nothing crazy. Here you go. Here are some elemental enemies, like you had to deal with before.
Ooh. You see that juggle I got on him? It really shouldn't be every single time.
Yeah, this isn't really like a reward. When it's, you know what I mean? It's so frequent.
Yeah. Hey, what the hell is that up there? Oh my good God.
They have a little, not horrible, but every once in a while you get a performance issue. The frame rate just like stops.
Yeah.
Hiccups for a minute.
Get up there.
Looking at it the right way, but it seems like we're just bonking that dick.
Oh, there it is. And then I think the monkey shines
Monkey
is the
shines.
only other one.
Monk knows there's nothing worse than monkeys, so let's dive in. Pick up a monkey by walking into it, then press square to throw the angry monkey at your opponent and make them lose bananas. Keep an eye on the round timer. The bonk with more bananas at the end of the round wins that round. Win 2 rounds to win the match.
Oh,
This
man.
sounds like a Nickelodeon like game.
It sounds like a Nickelodeon game combined with the original Mario Bros. Arcade machine.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Just in the layout, just in terms of the layout. But I feel like the stage is a little bit too big for its own good. Like you're kind of possibly too far away from the other player at all times to really make a fast-paced minigame.
Yeah.
It's an interesting concept, but yeah, the
I do like the
execution.
concept. Yeah, it's just it should be like 2/3 of this size. Like shrink it up a little bit, make the quarters a little bit more tight, and put like a sense of danger in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like if you die in the game, you die in real life.
Yes.
Stole my bananas.
Is this getting a little more exciting that you've hit each other a couple times, or is it just...
Yeah, now that we've started figuring it out, it's a little better, but like, this would have been a good mini game if there were like more party mode stuff.
Bonk Party 64.
Yeah, Bonk Party 64.
Well, I died right before again.
So before we give our thoughts on this game, I did want to give a big thank you to Thomas from Rochester for letting us play this particular title, and developer Jeff for putting it on his super slim prototype that we are borrowing right now. So, gentlemen, Bonk, Brink of Extinction.
It was definitely a completed game. It felt like it was pretty completed. They just forgot to put in the fun.
Yeah, it was like someone had been told that all you needed for stew was to put meat and vegetable and water, But they forgot to tell them that you need to boil it too.
I guess that's
And
one way
it's-
to make a game. Is just focus on all of the physics and dynamics, and then the art style or whatever, and just leave the fun for last. And then you can like toy on making more like interesting challenges and level progression, or
Yeah.
put in some more elements
Yeah.
to it. But it was missing all of that. It was like a perfectly functional game, but it was the same from the beginning of the level to the end of the level, and you didn't really feel like there was anything
Yeah.
interesting happening.
And it was like slightly building, but not in any way that felt satisfying. It wasn't Bonk, but it was Bonk.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing for me was that it was missing the tight controls of the original like PC Engine and Super Famicom titles, right? So in this particular era, like the 360, Wii, PS3 era, a lot of the 2.5D platformers had a lot of almost
Input
like
lag.
loose.
Yeah, no.
It was. I don't know if it was
A
input
lot
lag.
of it was. Yeah.
Well, if it was or wasn't, like it felt more ragdolly.
yeah.
To me.
Yeah. Sloppy.
Yeah, and like a lot of those titles felt that way. So it was part of the course in terms of the era, but I just don't appreciate that in my platforming as much as I think developers of the era thought we would. So
Yeah.
it kind of felt a little bit loose. It wasn't as satisfying as I would have liked. I wouldn't go as far as to say there was no fun involved, but I would definitely agree that it was lacking. Like it
Yeah.
I was promised comic mischief, and
There was none of it.
other than the pterodactyls pooping, there was nothing.
yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
It didn't even get any mild nudity or anything like that.
So we did have some theories as to why this didn't come out, above and beyond it just not being a very satisfying game. And Hudson was experiencing some financial issues at the time, and shortly after this game was canceled, about a year later, it was absorbed by Konami.
Yeah.
So we think that maybe Hudson was trying to make itself a little bit more presentable and cutting the fat, or possibly Konami had some sort of say in what Hudson was doing at the time because they were courting Hudson as a potential purchase, and it may have led to the cancellation of this title.
Maybe during a like a walk around while they're having a meeting, they're like, check out this game, and they're like, oh yeah, this is interesting. And then they were just like, cancel that shit, cancel.
Is this a pachinko machine? Oh no! Oh well, get rid of it.
I don't understand. You play the game and no balls come out of it to put in your cup. Where is the fun?
That's pretty much it, unfortunately. I do think that it had potential. I do think that, like, I liked the amount of options it had, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Konami didn't see that. Maybe they kind of more sided with you guys. I think you're a little bit less forgiving than I am, which is fine. I'm kind of an apologist for crappy games. But that said, I hope that you all enjoyed the opportunity to take a look at some of these levels before, because other than some YouTube footage, which we will post below, there hasn't been very much out there. So, you know, I hope that you enjoyed the opportunity, especially if you're a Bonk fan. Maybe this is something that you would enjoy just from nostalgia's sake. But aside from that, you know, we do appreciate you watching, subbing, all that good stuff, and we'll see you all next time.
All right. You have a good day.
Hard4Games.